Richard Burton, Hollywood legend, voice of a generation. But what about the lives lived in his giant shadow? The stories of his three daughters are ones you likely haven't heard, and they are absolutely fascinating. We're diving deep into the very different paths taken by Kate, Jessica, and Maria Burton, from Broadway stages to private sanctuaries. What really happened to them after the headlines faded? Number 3. Kate Burton. Born in Geneva, Switzerland in 1957, she was Richard Burton's eldest daughter with his first wife, Sybil Christopher. Imagine growing up with Richard Burton as your dad, and for a time, Elizabeth Taylor as your stepmom. Kate herself said they were two of the most famous humans that had ever been actors, and that they experienced the madness. That's quite the childhood. But here's what's super interesting about Kate. She didn't just ride on the family name. She first earned a degree in Russian studies and European history from Brown University, becoming the family's first college grad. Then she headed to the prestigious Yale School of Drama for her Master of Fine Arts, a move that reportedly surprised her father, who'd only attended college briefly. It's like she wanted this solid, independent foundation before even considering an acting career. And that academic rigor has stayed with her. She's now a professor of theater practice at the University of Southern California. Of course, being Richard Burton's daughter was inescapable. She even acknowledged, "I always knew that that would be Kate Burton's daughter of Richard Burton. It's a permanent label." Her dad had a famously complex love-hate relationship with acting, so his reaction to her career choice was initially mixed. Kate mentioned she didn't usually invite him to her early performances, perhaps to carve out her own space. Her mom, Sybil, however, was a constant source of support. A poignant moment came when she acted alongside her father in the miniseries Ellis Island in 1984, which aired shortly before his death. That must have been incredibly significant. She also recalled his acting advice, "Just take it down," a note that stuck with her. And Kate Burton certainly made her own mark. She debuted on Broadway in 1982, just days before her Yale graduation. In Noel Coward's Present Laughter with the legendary George C. Scott, her stage career soared. We're talking 3 Tony Award nominations. In 2002, she achieved the rare feat of being nominated for 2 Tonys in the same year, Best Actress for Hedda Gabler and Best Featured Actress for The Elephant Man. Her Broadway credits are extensive, including Some Americans Abroad, Jake's Women, Company, and Spring Awakening. She even returned to Present Laughter in 2017 in a different role, bringing things full circle. But she wasn't just a theater star. Many will recognize her from major TV shows. She was the formidable Dr. Ellis Grey in Grey's Anatomy, a role that earned her 2 Emmy nominations. Then she played the often incendiary Vice President Sally Langston in Scandal, nabbing another Emmy nomination. Her film career includes cult classics like Big Trouble in Little China, and acclaimed films like The Ice Storm, Unfaithful, and 127 Hours. She once quipped about her screen roles, "I'm usually the sweet wife or the sweet dead wife," a humorous nod to industry typecasting. Beyond acting, she's a director, an advocate for causes like Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, and the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation, and a respected audiobook narrator. Kate Burton has built an incredible, multifaceted career, acknowledging her heritage but shining brightly on her own terms. Number 2. Jessica Burton, Richard and Sybil's younger daughter, born reportedly in 1959, Jessica's life has been lived almost entirely away from the public eye, for a profound reason. From a young age, Jessica was diagnosed with severe and profound autism. Her sister Kate has referred to Jessica as severely autistic. This was in the early 1960s, a time when understanding of these conditions was far more limited than today. Societal understanding and support systems were vastly different. Imagine the family situation. Richard Burton's career was skyrocketing. His marriage to Sybil was disintegrating due to the infamous affair with Elizabeth Taylor. And amidst this turmoil, they were also facing their young daughter's severe developmental challenges. It's an almost unimaginable burden. The decision was made for Jessica to be institutionalized by about age 6. She has since lived in specialized care facilities in the United States. While it's easy to judge from today's perspective, in the 1960s, institutionalization was often considered the only viable path for children with conditions as severe as Jessica's. This meant Jessica's entire life unfolded outside a traditional family home. It's a heartbreaking reality that profoundly impacted her family. Richard Burton, despite his global fame, carried deep sadness and guilt regarding Jessica. Biographies in his diaries reveal her condition was a source of dark moments. He reportedly felt immense guilt over leaving Sybil and his daughters, and some believe he feared Jessica had inherited her illness from him. But Richard Burton could and did provide for her. His success ensured Jessica would have lifelong, top-quality care. Kate Burton has often highlighted this with gratitude, emphasizing that her father made sure Jessica would be looked after no matter what. His will in 1984 cemented these provisions. Jessica's life has been one of profound privacy and specialized care, shielded by her family's love and resources. It's a story of sorrow, but also of unwavering familial commitment. Number 1. Maria Burton, Carson. Born in Germany on August 1, 1961, her path into Hollywood royalty was unique. Elizabeth Taylor, then married to Eddie Fisher, initiated Maria's adoption from Germany when Maria was 3. Following Taylor's divorce and marriage to Richard Burton in 1964, it was Richard who legally finalized Maria's adoption, giving her the Burton name. Maria's early life was marked by a significant health challenge, a congenital hip defect that required nearly 24 operations, a tough start for any child. Elizabeth Taylor was reportedly fiercely devoted, saying, "I want her all the more because she's ill." This maternal protectiveness likely forged a strong bond. Growing up as Maria Burton meant a life of extraordinary privilege and constant travel. The family moved between film sets, luxury homes, and their famous yacht, the Charisma. Its name a tribute to Burton's daughters, Kate, Liza, Taylor's daughter, also adopted by Burton, and Maria. Richard Burton's diaries show he was an affectionate father. For a child adopted into such an intense environment, this love was likely a crucial anchor. Elizabeth Taylor always considered her children her greatest achievement. As an adult, Maria Burton Carson has largely stepped away from the Hollywood limelight. Reports suggest she pursued a career as a fashion designer and lives a quieter life, possibly in Idaho. This interest might have been sparked by Elizabeth Taylor, a global style icon. She's also described as a philanthropist. While less public in her efforts, her daughter, Eliza Carson, serves as an ambassador for the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation, continuing that vital humanitarian legacy. Our Maria Burton Carson, has truly prioritized privacy, especially after Elizabeth Taylor's passing. She had 2 children, Eliza Carson and Richard McKeown, from 2 marriages that later ended. Crucially, she raised them away from the intense media spotlight she knew, wanting a more normal life for them. Curious about how other children of Hollywood legends carve their own paths? Then you definitely want to check out our next video over here.